PubMed, trying to look at trying to look at uh, papers on naturopathy, and I came across this particular paper. I'm going to just put some highlighted text over there, which says this is a published paper which says that, naturopathy is pseudoscientific, ineffective, unethical, potentially dangerous practice. Um, there is another article that is published on iridology. The title itself says iridology not useful and potentially harmful. Now, I had only two options. I either could away from the system that I'm supposed to be practicing or change this narrative. The critique is always there because there is not enough evidence. It's not that yoga naturopathy is not working or it is not scientific. It is just that we have not been able to prove it. And who should be proving it? It should be proven by us as individual yoga naturopathy practitioners. And that is where I think I took a stand and I need to change this narrative and became a researcher. And I think that is a very strong need for all of us to become researchers. The second part of it is that today the global healthcare is shifting to integrative medicine, which is the future of it. Until now, we were talking of how yoga naturopathy was a complementary or alternative medicine, uh, which is essentially replacing one form with another, or working with one treatment like your complementary to allopathy or something like that. But integrative medicine is a blend of high quality, evidence based, patient centric approach to practice. And unless there is evidence, I think we will miss the bus. And that is the reason why all of us need to be actively doing research. Why integrative medicine? Because, in earlier days when infections were the major killers, uh, doctor would give you an antibiotic, patient did not have to do anything. But today, the whole uh, scenario of healthcare has been modified, and uh, it is now that you have diabetes, you take medicine, but along with that, you do some lifestyle changes, you do some dieting, do some exercise. So patient has become the center point, and that is why integrative medicine is definitely the future. And are we talking of this in future? No, not really. I mean, if we're looking at our own healthcare scenario, the communicable and non-communicable diseases stretch the healthcare system completely. There are deaths because of starvation and obesity both in India, and we are sorry. Is there a question? Anyone?
Wait, I mean,
Can everybody be muted, please? If there is no question, thank you. So, we have become number one in diabetes and heart attacks, but at the same time, we are number one in tuberculosis as well. So, our healthcare system essentially is like this. We are trying to mop the floor instead of closing the tap. We should focus on prevention, but we are going with curative medicine. And there is a huge scope of integration today. If we're looking at the global causes of death, they are diabetes, heart attack, stroke, dementia, PCOD, cancer, COPD, bronchial asthma, which attribute to more than 70% of deaths today. And all of these are preventable, all of which we can integrate yoga and naturopathy. And therefore, if we don't do it, if we don't create that evidence, if we don't generate that evidence, somebody else will do. Okay. I'm going to quote one paper which got published in 2018. That all yoga research done from 2007 to 16 for 10 years. Okay. And they looked at how, what is the distribution of this research? And they found something very interesting. Okay. About 38% of total yoga research done in the world comes from USA, and second is India at about 50% of what USA is doing. Is yoga based in USA? No, it's an Indian system. But because it is beneficial, people are taking it up and doing it. So if we don't do yoga naturopathy research, somebody else will do and start saying that it is their system and not, the ownership will be lost from our hand. And therefore, it's very, very important that ensure that we contribute to yoga naturopathy research. I keep giving this example of Tom and Jerry. I think all of us have seen this particular cartoon where Tom, being the bigger animal, very strong one, has a lot of strength, but typically he loses because Jerry is quick and agile. And that's exactly what China has done. Um, Even today, Ayurveda uh, is a health practice. I mean, you cannot use Ayurvedic medicines as medicines outside India, especially in the West. They are considered as food supplements, whereas Chinese medicine is considered as a proper form of medicine. Acupuncture is a proper therapy, yoga is a health practice. And if we're looking at the reason why it is so, it is because of the number of publications that are being brought in. Traditional Chinese medicine today has close to about 2 lakh publications, acupuncture 50,000 plus, and Ayurveda has 8,000 odd numbers, yoga has 9,000 odd numbers. And that is why the implementation of the systems, healthcare systems in proper patient care, somewhere there is a narrative that needs to be changed, and that will be changed only by generating high quality evidence when it comes to integrative medicine. I'm going to just run through some of the examples of
Please be have patience. I think again Dr. Apar got disconnected.
Sir, I've joined with phone.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you can just please, project the slides, that will be useful.
Yeah, sure. We'll do that.
I'm sorry, there is some issue and I am not able to resolve it.
You can ask me which slide to stop.
Yes, yes, I'll do that. Little further, yeah.
Yeah. Is it fine now?
Yeah, next, I think 5, 6 slides we'll have to go.
Okay.
Yeah, we were talking about the different centers where integrative medicine is practiced, and this is from Mayo Clinic. You can go further. Yeah, next one, please. Next one. Yes. Next. Yes. So even in India, we have NIMHANS, which is a large mental health facility and neuroscience facility, the largest one. They have an entire department of integrative medicine. Whether you are looking at All India institutes, the next slide. AIMS has the Center for Integrative Medicine and Research, the next one. Very proud to be part of the next slide. This is where I work. Next slide, please. We're going back. I think we'll have to come forward. Yeah. Next one. Yeah, this is where I work, Vyasa. We work in integrative medicine again, but all these places do require some high quality evidence, and that is a very, very important aspect of practice of integrative medicine. So coming to the next one, I have emphasized on why I think all of us, as yoga naturopathy practitioners, need to work on the generation of evidence. Next slide, where there is need for research. Yeah, thank you. Um, Today, we have our own protocols for following yoga and naturopathy, but you go with fever to allopathy anywhere. They're going to give you a paracetamol in a very specific dosage based on your height, weight, naturopathy. Tomorrow we want to sit with any of these centers. I want to go and project in AIMS that I want to integrate yoga and naturopathy. They're going to ask, okay, how do you treat a particular condition? And if there are 5 yoga naturopathy practitioners, all of them are going to say different things. Okay, so this standardization of therapies is very important, for which also the understanding of the effects of the therapies is very important. We also have this dose effect relationship, which is not very well established today. I mean, you asked me what therapy do you want to give for, say, hypertension, and people would say Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama is very useful. So the next question that I would ask is, okay, how many rounds should I be doing Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama? Should I be doing it in the morning or afternoon or evening? So we don't really have a very specific answer to all these questions, and therefore it's important that we get into research. Also, how these treatments work, what is the mechanism of action? A lot of times we see that our treatments do have an impact, but we don't know how that happens. And that is where I think it's very important that we all get into research. Next slide, please. So, why should I do yoga naturopathy research as a BNYS, as a student, as a practitioner, as a clinician? Is it required for me? Okay, and that is where I think the next slide is very important. Do you wish to understand more details about your own subjects? I see that yoga works, but I don't know how. I know that, mud therapy is beautifully working for reducing blood sugar levels, but I don't know why. So if you want to understand those details about your subjects, also, if you have this criticism to your own textbooks, you feel that you're not reading something very standard today. Who needs to change it? somebody, somebody else is not going to do that. Yoga naturopathy practitioners themselves will have to do that. But also, do you want to feel important? I mean, today I've been asked to come and talk. Many of you have joined from all over the country for this particular presentation. Uh, I feel very important, and I have been privileged to be called amongst all of you because I have been doing some research. Okay, if you want to travel abroad free of cost, somebody else sponsoring your trip, uh, that can happen again if you are into research. Get a higher qualification in the process. Do your MD or PhD. Again, research is very important. Get a more reputable job or get promotions faster than others. Make a living. Also have fun. I mean, I would not be doing research if it was a very serious business and I would be bored of doing it. I do research because I enjoy the process. I get to learn a lot of new things, and that is where I think the motivation lies. So you can achieve all this at the same time, upgrade your own system of yoga and naturopathy. Uh, what better than that can our lives be used for? And that is where I think all of us need to contribute to research. Next slide, please. Now that I have established that all of us need to do research, the question is, am I compatible? Am I eligible to do research? So the next slide will tell you qualities of a good researcher. What kind of qualities should you have? Next slide, please. So as I started with, I said you need to be inquisitive. You need to have questions. I see that treatment works, but I don't know how, and I want to find out how it is. So that is where inquisitiveness is there. Uh, do we have the slide where? Yes, thank you. So a lot of times there is a misconception that people with only high IQ can do research. Sorry, no. You need not be a very highly intelligent person to do research. All that you should have is some reasonable intelligence, okay, good observation. Critically, you should ask questions, but definitely you should be dedicated and honest. Um, Research, if you want to take as career, definitely it requires commitment. It's not 9 to 5 job. I'm going to just go to office or go to clinic at 9 o'clock and finish at 5 and come back home. I'll not think about it further. No, that is not how it works. You need to be hardworking for sure. You need to be patient. Um, you should be able to improvise. A lot of times we don't really have resources. So how do you, manage within the given resources is what you can learn. Uh, but if you have these qualities and you have interest in reading, writing, being ethical and honest, I think research is a great career for you. Okay. Next, next slide, please. So, what are the qualifications that a researcher should have? Uh, am I just I'm just a first year student. I'm just a fourth year student. I'm not an MD. Can I do research? Researcher does not require any degree. Okay, it's not for post MD, post PhD that you do research. All that you require is having some good inquisitiveness. I was very happy that in between we were hearing that from SGT University, there are some students, BNY students, during their BNYs, they are doing some decent research work and publishing things and getting some patents. Of course, you can do a lot of qualifications in the process of doing research, whether it is BNYs, where you do your dissertation in the internship or as part of hydrotherapy or yoga therapy, etc. Uh, MD definitely requires some amount of research work. PhD is a research qualification, but also any other masters, whether it is MSc, MPH, MHA, MBA, all of which will require you to do some research. I am young. I'm not old enough. I'm not mature enough. I'm not experienced enough. Can I do research? Next slide, please. And you can just click on a couple of times on that slide. Uh, you would realize that age is just a number. It's not a very important number. If you're going to the next slide, you can be young, you can be an experienced person, it doesn't really matter. In fact, major medical discoveries, in the next slide, we have the islets of Langerhans. Langerhans, uh, the person was 22 years old when he discovered those beta cells, which we study in our textbooks today and talk about diabetes, whether it is type 1, type 2, and all of that. Okay. And similarly, people who discovered the ABO blood grouping to, stethoscope, they were in their 30s. So these are not discoveries that were done when the age was ripe and these were senior professors, but these were youngsters who have done some decent research. And that is the reason why I think all of us, irrespective of whether I'm a first year or a clinical practitioner with 15, 20 years of experience, all of us need to do research. Um, Next slide. So I do research, but what do I do with it? I need to publish this in peer-reviewed publications, which is important. While I was introduced, I think I was uh, somebody told that this person has X number of papers. Okay, those papers are essentially the peer-reviewed publications, which is for required for academic positions and promotions as part of coursework, but it also brings in recognition, a lot of research funding. But I do a study, say in SVIASA, and I find something extraordinary. I find that a particular type of pranayama can be very useful for patients with hypothyroidism. But patients with hypothyroidism are there all over the world. How do I communicate this to everyone is by peer-reviewed publication. Okay, and dissemination of the knowledge to the community is what is required. Next slide, please. Next one, can I take research as a full-time career? Well, if you're looking at the numbers, these are the numbers in bracket that you see. These are the numbers from today. I've just done PubMed search on the words that are there: yoga, naturopathy, acupuncture, TCM, paracetamol, COVID-19. And if you're looking at the numbers, you will realize that not much is known in yoga and naturopathy. COVID-19 has close to about 5 lakh publications. Traditional Chinese medicine has about 2 lakh publications. Yoga has 9,600, naturopathy has 1,800. So there is a lot of opportunity to bring in that evidence. So I want to take up research as a career. Which institutions can I work in? Can you go to the next slide, please? There are these classical yoga naturopathy institutions which are working, SVIASA being one of them. The Yogpeeth, Patanjali Yogpeeth of Ramdev ji is an amazing institution doing some great contributions in yoga research. Kaivalya Dhamma, which is the first yoga research institution in Lonavala, uh, that is there. The Yoga Institute at Santa Cruz, New Delhi, Mumbai. Um, these are some major yoga naturopathy institutions which are involved with yoga naturopathy research, and you can work with any of them. Of course, if you're going to the next slide, there are premier medical institutions which are involved with yoga naturopathy research, whether it is AIMS, starting with AIMS New Delhi, which has the Center for Integrative Medicine and Research. But now every AIMS has a department of Ayush where yoga naturopathy physicians are there. whether it is AIMS Raipur, Bhopal, or Rishikesh, or Jodhpur, all of them do have yoga naturopathy physicians working, and all of them are mandated to do research. But also NIMHANS or JIPMER Pondicherry, PGI Chandigarh, these are major medical institutions in the country which are promoting yoga naturopathy research. Next slide, please. If you're looking at internationally, there are centers like Harvard Medical School, the uh, mecca of medicine. They are doing a lot of yoga research today. MD Anderson Cancer Center, which is based in Houston, Texas, uh, does major work with yoga for cancer. This is the largest cancer hospital in the world, whether it is University of Wisconsin or California, all of them are involved with yoga naturopathy research today. Next one. So, what are the kind of positions that I can get by doing research? You can have typical research positions, whether it is junior research fellow, senior research fellow, research associate or research assistant, a co-investigator or principal investigator. If you're looking at the norms by UGC, the academic positions, whether it is assistant professor, associate professor, or professor, you require to do research to be promoted to the next cadre as well. Other research-based jobs are there. People are there who are scientific writers. They work for multinational companies writing for them. There are research consultants, and then there are administrative positions in major organizations as well. So there is, if you go to the next slide, when I was stepping in research, one of my mentors told me that, I should be dedicating my life for the prayers to Lord Saraswati, the goddess of knowledge. But today I know for sure that even Lakshmi will bless you. There is a lot of wealth available with research as a career. Do we have money to do research? The next slide. Uh, Government has a lot of funds available for yoga and naturopathy research, and I want to make a point here as well. Indian Council for Medical Research, the Ministry of Ayush, CCRY, Department of Biotechnology, Department of Science and Technology, lot of those initiatives are there where there is a lot of money available for doing yoga naturopathy research. Non-government, there are private donors, institutions like Gates Foundation, Wellcome Trust, Noble Foundation, and many more. All of them give money to do yoga naturopathy research. But unfortunately, yoga naturopathy institutions are not taking the benefit of it. If you are looking at the money spent by ICMR or the Ministry of Ayush for yoga naturopathy research, about 90 to 95% of that money is spent by premier medical organizations like AIMS, NIMHANS, and PGIs, and not any of the yoga naturopathy colleges, except for a couple of them who are actively involved with research. And therefore, there is a huge opportunity to actually write proposals, get money to standardize our own system. Very humbly, I would request all the institutions to get involved, whether it is hospitals or uh, colleges, whether you are a student, please talk to your faculty members and try and apply for some of these grants. Or if you are a faculty or a clinician, use your hospital to get these grants for doing research in your own organizations. The next slide, please. What are the challenges? I mean, research, it's not very rosy. I have been trying to portray that it's a very simple, very nice thing to do, but there can be a lot of times that you can fail. We always have heard about the Thomas Edison who discovered the light bulb. He has failed so many times and then discovered the light bulb. So, intent. whether I want to do it, but I don't want to do it. Research is not my cup of tea, is what the problem with the intent is. The intellect, a lot of times it is possible that I want to do it, but I don't know where to find things, I don't know how to get things done, etc. So there are mentors available across. Today, there is a big generation of yoga naturopathy researchers who are available, and they are ready to help mentor people. There are fellowships available. So you can cultivate those activities, the training you can get, and do research in your own places. The third thing is I may have intent and intellect. I might want to do research. I might be very smart, but I am not ready to take the efforts that are required to do research. That is what is pulling our system down. And I think all of us need to contribute and make sure that our system continues to grow the glory that it deserves. So it is going to be time consuming. It is not going to be easy. It requires patience and perseverance and determination. But if you do so, the rewards are extraordinary. I think we'll go to the next slide. Yeah. So people who have had this, who have endured this, where are they today? What are our seniors today? Can we go to the next slide, please? I've put pictures of some people who, the first bunch of researchers who did their BNYS, where are they today? The picture on the top left happens to be my mentor, Dr. Manjunath NK, is the Vice Chancellor of SVSI University. We have Dr. Prashant Shetty, the Chairman of Enigma, and the principal of SVM College, leads the biggest college of yoga and naturopathy, not only in India but in the world. Dr. Naveen KV, again, president of Enigma, uh, Dr. Raghavendra Rao, the director of CCRYN. We've got Dr. Vadiraj, who is the research officer and assistant director of CCRYN. Dr. Sarang Patil runs a beautiful place near Kolhapur. Dr. Raghuraj, he works for a multinational company as scientific writer. Next slide, please. And this is, I think, a very inspiring picture for me because I also find my place within this group of amazing, hardworking people around. Uh, on top left, you've got Dr. Raghavendra Swami, who went to Antarctica to do yoga research. Uh, on his right, the person who's smiling is Dr. Mahesh, an amazing soul with about 250 plus publications. Dhananjay, the other person on the right, who's keeping his hands in the pocket, uh, works as a medical writer, but a mentor to a lot of us. Dr. Edmund Krista and Dr. Chandrasekhar work for the Center for Chronic Disease Control along with Dr. Haindavi, who's below them. Dr. Sheila M. Mohanty, my colleague, my friend, and happens to be my student, is the senior medical officer at AIMS Rishikesh. We've got Dr. Inbaraj, who's in CCRY. In the center, you've got Dr. Muvendan, who happens to be among the top 2% scientists across the world for 3 consecutive years today, along with his wife, Dr. Nivedita, who is on his left. Dr. Pradeep Nair, amazing soul. A lot of people probably know him through his fellowships. Dr. Suhas works for an EEG manufacturing company. Dr. Venugopal works for NIN Pune. Some amazing souls with lots of research contributions. And I know one thing for sure, you reach out to any of them and they would be very happy to help you in your research career. So all these are friends and colleagues who are there guiding the entire generation of yoga and naturopathy for future research. The next one. So I'm coming to the concluding part of my talk. These are the number of papers which are already there uh, in the field that we have. The topics are there and the number of citations that are available. But it's important that when we are studying, we make use of these available evidence, start reading them. Otherwise, we would continue to say that yoga and naturopathy is a philosophy-based practice. Just look at the number of papers on fasting. You will be amazed that there are 60,000 plus publications available on it. Next slide, please.
Very sorry, you got unmuted. Can you please unmute again?
Yeah, yeah. Am I
Yeah.
audible?
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Sorry.
So, this is what I recommend people to do. We have this Panchatantra of Dr. B. Venkat Rao for a healthy lifestyle, and you want to summarize the whole naturopathy. So, if you want to do research, I think this is what we should do. Read at least one abstract every day. These are available on PubMed, just the way you get up and scroll on your Instagram, read one abstract on PubMed on the topic of your choice. It can be yoga, naturopathy, acupuncture, it can be hydrotherapy, fasting, whatever you want. Read at least one full paper a week. Participate in one journal club at least in a month. If you are a postgraduate or a PhD, definitely more than that. Attend at least one scientific conference or CME every 6 months to upgrade your knowledge. Write one paper a year. I want to make this a movement. If I want to change the narrative about yoga and naturopathy, we do require decent number of research publications from the field, and it cannot be done by one person or a group of people sitting in one institution or couple of institutions. Each student, when we start writing, the volume that is going to change is going to be massive, and that is where the narrative towards yoga naturopathy will completely be changed. I think it's very important that all of us start contributing. There are people who can help in taking those baby steps for sure. Uh, my last slide would be that we have miles to go together as yoga naturopathy practitioners, but that journey of 1,000 miles begin with one baby step. Please start taking that baby step. Please start taking research uh, seriously and start using uh, this in your own lives, in your own clinical practice, because that is going to enable us to do a lot of things, including upgrading our own system. Thank you so very much for your patient listening. I'm so sorry for all the issues that I had during the presentation. Thank you so much. If there are any questions, I'll be happy to answer them now.
Thank you, Dr. Apar. It is really wonderful to hear you. You are an amazing speaker, and the way you speak, you connect everyone. We were actually into meditative state listening to you. More focused, more concentrated. The way you were explaining your concepts were truly beautiful. I invite questions and answers if at all you have. You can start asking in the chat.
Yeah, there is one question about how to start research as a beginner. Please start reading. It's very simple. Just the way you scroll Instagram every day or look at updates on your own social media, start looking up on maybe PubMed, connect with groups that are bringing in research dimension. Dr. Venugopal is trying to motivate a few people. Dr. Pradeep is trying to do some groups where he shares information on research. But more than anything, just have the intent of doing it and open that website, PubMed. Just look at any paper of your choice. Okay, look at something that is interesting to you, and you will definitely start flourishing. As a beginner, I also started by reading something, and I got excited looking at things. I think that's the simplest way of doing it.
Okay, any more questions? Okay. So we have a feedback. Really a great person with an inspiring session. Thank you for your valuable time, sir. This is from Srimati Sundaraj to for you for
Thank you.
today's.
Thank you, Srimati.
She is very thankful to you for your valuable time. Okay, any more questions? Okay, if at all you have any questions, you can post to us. We'll share with sir and we'll share sir's number so that you can connect to him for further queries. And we have feedback from Gayatri, sir. She is thanking you for your session. We have feedback from Pushpa Sharma, Gural Amritu. She was very motivated after listening to your speech. You are the one who always inspire us. So you have such a great thank you for inspiring session by Dr. Rashmi Bilki. She is thanking you for your session. I think as per I know Dr. Apar, and one thing I learned from him to be very humble, soft spoken, and the way he speaks always connects all of us. So from this platform of Enigma, trying to do some workshops for all the BNYS graduates and doctors so that we can connect them to different established people in the field. And this was just an effort from us. We extend our heartfelt gratitude to Dr. Apar Saoji for conducting today's highly insightful and inspiring workshop. And topic was the need and scope of research in yoga and naturopathy. His concepts are very clear. I can say that he's so learned person that he speaks everything with such a profound knowledge, and he presented everything very nicely. He highlighted the importance of integrating the scientific research with the traditional system. The way he simplified the complex things and connected every one of us, he always does it easier for all of us. Especially, he told us how to connect our practice with our broadened perspective. So I should say that, sir, your session has ignited a new enthusiasm and among all our practitioner students to pursue the evidence-based work in yoga and naturopathy, especially strengthening the scientific foundation of our system, which we are lacking, and we need to strengthen that scientific system of ours. And we deeply appreciate your valuable time, knowledge, and efforts in guiding us today. On behalf of Enigma and behalf of Arogya Mandir, we sincerely thank you for your meaningful contribution and look forward to continued collaboration and guidance from you in future. Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable time. And Dr. Apar has been such a humble and great person. I'm really thankful to him.
Thank you, everyone. Would be happy to connect wherever I can help to anyone in their own journeys of research or otherwise. Thank you so much, Dr. Vivek, for calling me. And I think this is a great initiative that you have taken up of connecting people who have been doing something in their own fields. If I can contribute further to Enigma, I would be very happy to join hands wherever possible.
Thank you, sir. Before we close, we had just a small question, and there's a message from Santosh D'Souza saying that very motivated. He is a BNY student and he learned a lot in today's session. and that has really helped him a lot. So I think these are the efforts we needed to connect the different BNY students across India and to help you reach, help them reach to people like you who have done something great in the field. And that's how they can easily connect to you in future if they meet you in some conferences or workshops. They won't hesitate to come down to you and say that, sir, I have already attended your workshop and I want to discuss more with you. I think that makes the thing.
No, I think that hesitation has to go. I think you were one of those people who have taught us that we need to break those barriers and interact with people. This whole session started with one 2-minute conversation with Dr. Vivek, who said, I really want you to come and talk. I said, okay, whenever you want. So I think all of us need to take that cue and continue.
So, how to do from basic to advanced research? So, I think this was a question. So, I think first they need to start with the basic thing. Already, you have told a lot of things regarding how to start. And once you start with the basic things, I think then you can connect with Dr. Apar sir for further guidance on advanced research. Start small.
There is a lot that is available. I think reading that is very important. In fact, just wanted to share that we published a paper on yogic diet, which is accepted in a Nature Group journal. Yogic diet, how is it useful for type 2 diabetes? Okay, and unfortunately, none of us read it. So, on one side, I keep talking to people about uh, doing research, but on the other side, I feel the consumers have to be the clinicians and the practitioners who should read this kind of an activity that has been brought in. Uh, and if you can use that in your clinical practice, I think nothing better than that.
True. Sir, there was a question that what to do after once we read that PubMed papers as a beginner, then what should be the next step?
Yeah, I think starting with that, interacting with people would help. Maybe compiling something would be a very useful thing because there is so much of evidence that is already there. And I was just telling that on fasting there are 60,000 papers. And we just think, okay, fasting is detoxification, eliminative diet, etc., etc. Somebody has got a Nobel Prize on it. So are we actually inspired to look up what is there? In fact, 2019 Nobel Prize, 2016 was on fasting. 2019 Nobel Prize is for somebody who has worked on hypoxia. Okay, and hypoxia is nothing but kumbhaka. So how do we actually translate these concepts to our practice is something that we need to start working on.
We had message from Kural and she said that today she got some idea on how to start with the research. She's already in third year. So once now the today's session had a great insight for her. And where we can get the journal papers, this was asked by Santosh D'Souza. Mm,
Yeah, I think the simplest place to go to will be PubMed to start with. PubMed is highly authentic. I would not recommend you to start with Google Scholar because a lot of predatory publications are also there on Google Scholar. PubMed is a good place. If you want full text, there are links available typically there. Um, you can also write to the authors. They would be happy to share their research. I do that even today. When I don't get a full text, I just write to them saying, "Sir, I read the abstract and I found it very interesting." So, Santoshji, it is PUBMED, PubMed. Okay, you can Google it and you will get a website that is very similar to um Google's search engine and put in the keyword that you want to search, whether it is yoga, naturopathy, or something else, and you will find it there.
Perfect. I think that answers all the questions, and I think in spite of initial some technical glitches, it is said that all which ends well is well, and throughout after that everything went very well, and there was no disturbance. We could hear and understand everything from you, and I am really thankful to you from bottom of my heart for today's session. See, sometimes these technical glitches do affect uh, people, but this is how you have taught us today one more thing, that in spite of any challenges or problems coming to your way, you should keep doing your work. This is what I have learned from you today, the how patient you were in taking up session in spite of all the technical things which happened. This is also one of the greatest learning from today's session. I should say that we should learn this from Dr. Apar, that how to be calm and having that patience and taking the sessions in such a beautiful way in spite of all the things. So I think I have learned this also from you today, because getting a technical glitch and then the state of mind changes. But for you, I could find that you were always smiling with that same smile, calmness, and the way you were speaking was so nice. You teach everyone a lot. You are really an inspiring soul, Dr. Apar. Really inspiring soul.
Thank you. Thank you so much for those kind words. Actually, we inspire each other, and we have so much to learn from every one of us. Nobody is senior or junior here. All of us have so much to learn from each other.
Perfect. So with that, we wind up today's session, signing off for the day. And dear friends, thank you so much for joining this session. We'll be having more session in coming days. You'll be getting the update regarding that. And keep joining us, keep learning. We are here to learn and upgrade our system and ourselves. Signing off. Thank you.